Yes guys, welcome to the video on dieting foods. So the foods that I would be including if I was dieting pretty hard. Now, it's important to understand that even with the foods that I pick, you can still gain weight with that. It is about portion control still, okay? But if I was dieting hard, I wanted to give you some insight onto what kind of stuff I would include into my meal plan to help me get to where I want to be. So we're going to start with protein sources. So we want to be consuming lean meats or white fish. They're very, very good. So they're going to give us the best bang for our buck when it comes to the calories in terms of the protein content. So we're thinking stuff like chicken breast. We're not thinking of stuff like chicken with the skin on because that's going to bump the calories up massively. So you're just wanting plain chicken breast. We could even go for turkey breast. Again, great source of protein for low amount of calories. You can even have turkey mince, which is going to be even better when you can mix and match that up with your dinners. So you've got chicken, turkey, turkey mince. You can as well go for 5% beef mince. Now, I would actually stay away from a lot of the red meats purely because they've got so many calories in relation to what they actually have. So stuff like your steaks, your lamb, your burgers, unless they're lean, so like your 5%, I would stay clear of that because they're just going to give you loads of calories compared to what the protein content is. Yes, they taste delicious, brilliant, but if you're dieting hard, I would remove them from your diet and then include them back in when your calories are back up. So you've got your chicken, turkey, turkey mince, 5% beef mince, then you want white fish, so stuff like sea bass, things like that. White fish, any type of white fish will do. I would stay clear of salmon because salmon has a very high calorie content. You want to be sticking to stuff like your sea bass. Tuna is going to be great to have as well because it's going to have a low amount of calories for a high protein content. So white fish, chicken, turkey, turkey mince, 5% beef mince, stuff like that. And I would also most definitely include egg whites. Now you can buy them already made from certain websites, but they're going to give you a great amount of protein for low amount of calories, and it can be like a breakfast meal, okay? And then you can add for some good fats an actual egg yolk. But egg whites are a great source of protein for low amount of calories. You've also got stuff for protein, your yogurts. Sky yogurt is my go-to. Sky yogurt or Greek yogurt. You have to apologise for my spelling. Great source of protein for low amount of calories, plus you can start adding fruit and you can make that dish absolutely delicious. So chicken, turkey, turkey mince, 5% beef mince, white fish, egg whites, sky yogurt, Greek yogurt. They would be my main sources of protein in a dieting phase when I'm dieting very, very hard. So let's go on to the carb sources. Carb sources are going to be very, very standard, okay? Very simple. Going to be thinking stuff like white rice. You want stuff like potatoes. And you can, in fact, still include pasta. So it's your sweet potatoes, your white potatoes, white rice, basmati rice is my go-to. And there are going to be some pastas out there that's going to be very high in calories, but there are going to be ones that are going to be low in calories. So they are absolutely fine to include. You just need to be checking the label. So very simple. That's what I would stick to. Now, of course, if you were having like egg whites maybe for breakfast, you would probably maybe want to have maybe a slice of toast or a thin bagel. They're absolutely fine to include. So thin bagel would be a great option. Or you're just thinking of having the egg whites for as like an omelette. Now, thinking of stuff like your spinach, beetroot, stuff like that, your micronutrients. Now, I just really use spinach, as I just mentioned, and beetroot to cover most of my micronutrients. Now, it doesn't cover it all, but it does an amazing job. So your spinach, beetroot is going to cover most bases. Then you maybe want to include stuff to keep your meal colourful, so stuff like tomatoes, stuff like sweet corn. Just make your plate quite colourful. And as long as you're putting the bases of spinach and beetroot, tons of micronutrients, you're going to cover a lot of bases with that. And they are absolutely minuscule in the amount of calories that they actually are for what you get. So spinach and beetroot is stuff that I would be including. So an example, you could have chicken, you could have sweet potato, and you can have spinach and beetroot on the side, and that will cover a lot of bases for you. Low calories, packed with micronutrients. Then let's go on to fats. So fats you've got to be really careful in. You can overdo it on the fats, and this is all down to your portion control. But the stuff of good fats that I would be including are avocados, dark chocolate, and nuts. Very simple, okay? But you've got to remember that if you're picking a handful of nuts, or say a handful of cashews, you're very most likely going to be consuming a hell of a lot of calories. So you do need to be measuring these out because they are very high in calories. So 20 to 25 grams of nuts, cashew nuts is what I like to include sometimes. You've got to measure that out because you could be having maybe 400-500 calories without you really knowing. These are the hidden calories here. So same as your avocados, you probably don't want to have a whole avocado. You maybe want like a quarter or a third or maybe even just a half. And that's going to be itself maybe 100 to 200 calories depending on how big the avocado is. You also got your egg, so your egg yolk. So you could be having that in with your breakfast with egg whites. So good fats, just to cover basis in this video: avocado, dark chocolate, nuts, egg yolk. You've got your carbs with your white rice, potatoes, pasta, thin bagel as an example if you want to have for breakfast. And to cover micronutrients as well, spinach, beetroot. Keep your plate colourful with maybe some tomatoes, sweet corn, stuff like that. And then your protein sources, lean meats like your chicken, turkey mince, 5% beef mince. Stay away from the red meats if you can because they're just going to be high in calories. While we are dieting, definitely include them back in when you are not, when you've increased your calories because they are packed with micronutrients as well. And then your white fish. So that is what I would be including, those types of foods in my dieting phase. If I was dieting very hard, maybe if you're going down to maybe 1,600 calories, maybe 1,004, depending on if you're a female or male. And then of course, once your calories are upped again, you can then start including more stuff. So the idea is just to cut fat, but keep micronutrients high, keep you fuller, and these are the type of foods that I would be including. So guys, if you liked this video, please give it a like, and if you have any questions, please comment below and I'll get back to you.